Jim Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni from the 1940s. Please welcome the alumni from the 1950s. During the 1950s, the band directors were Mr. Rip Reagan and George Nixon. Two individuals from this decade who made a great impact on other high school band programs in Alabama were Mr. Wayne Washam at Arab High School and Mr. DeLeith Reeves at Jacksonville High School and Gadsden High School. In addition, DeLeith Reeves was the first drum major of the Aggie Band after World War II. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 1950s. Now, please welcome the alumni from the 1960s. During the 60s, the band director was Mr. George Nixon. Major band highlights from this decade include an appearance in the Peach Bowl Festival of Champions in Atlanta, the Aggie Band's first performance at the Mid-South Marching Band Festival, and the formation of the Bombshell. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 1960s. Now, please welcome the alumni from the 1970s. The early 70s band directors were Mr. Jimmy Couch and Jack Powell. The Aggie Band saw the arrival of Mr. Stacy Goss in 1975 and Mr. Robert Killian in 1978. A major highlight of the 70s decade included being awarded the 1979-1980 Greatest Band in Dixie. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 1970s. Now, please welcome former Aggie Band director Mr. Bob Killian as he leads the Aggie Band in the Albertville High School fight song. That's Mr. Robert Killian. Now, please welcome the alumni from the 1980s. Band directors in the 80s were Mr. Stacy Goss and Robert Killian. Highlights of the 80s include winning the Greatest Band in Dixie, as well as invitations to represent Alabama in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City in both 1983 and 1987. In 1980, the Aggie Band welcomed Mr. Winfred Williams as the color guard instructor, and in 1983, the Southern Stars dance line was born with the arrival of Miss Bobby Dale Rowe. Both Winfred and Bobby Dale would go on to 30-year careers with the Aggie Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 1980s. Now, please welcome the alumni here tonight from the 1990s. In 1996, Mr. Stacy Goss retired, and Albertville saw the arrival of Mr. Curtis Bertram as director of bands. Highlights of the 90s included a third trip to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and representing Alabama in the National Cherry Blossom Parade in Washington, D.C., as well as 2 trips to march in the Magic Kingdom Parade at the Walt Disney World Resort. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 90s. Welcome the band alumni here from 2000 to 2009. Band directors include Mr. Curtis Bertram, Robert Killian, Nathan Tucker, Chris Lindley, and Missy Lindley. In the spring of 2002, Mr. Killian retired, and Curtis Bertram welcomed Chris and Missy Lindley to the Aggie Band family. During this decade, the Aggie Band traveled from one end of the country to the other and performed in the Boscov's Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Hollywood Christmas Parade. In 2007, Mr. Bertram led the Aggie Band back to New York City for its 4th appearance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, the alumni of the 2000s. Now, please welcome the alumni from 2010 to 2016. In 2010, Mr. Taylor Cash joined Chris and Missy Lindley as the associate band director. In addition, Michelle Williams took over the helm of the Southern Stars, and Ansley Cash became the instructor of the Aggie Color Guard. In 2011, the Aggie Band marched in the 122nd annual Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. In 2012, the Aggie Band was one of 6 bands selected from across the country to march in the Chicago Magnificent Mile Holiday Parade, and in 2014 made a 2nd appearance in the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade. Please stand as former Aggie Band Director Mr. Stacy Goss leads the Aggie Band in the Albertville High School alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stacy Goss. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? In the spirit of continuing the Aggie Band tradition, we have a special message for all of the students of the Albertville Aggie Band.
Hello, this is Lance Tibbett from Pasadena, California. I am the 2018 Tournament of Roses president. Every year, the Tournament of Roses Music Committee has a very difficult task, selecting just a few bands from all of the outstanding applicants that hope and dream of performing in the Rose Parade. Based on the Aggie Band's outstanding musicianship, showmanship, and entertaining performance, the Aggie Band ranks very high. In addition, it's also clear the Aggie Band believes in helping and supporting each other, individually and as a team. As a result, you not only excel as a band, but you also help build a better, stronger community for Albertville. Because your marching band embraces the power of kindness and the pursuit of excellence, it is my honor to invite the Albertville Aggie Band to perform in the 2018 Rose Parade. We look forward to seeing you here in Pasadena, California on January 1st, 2018. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Aggie Band. We're going to Pasadena. Now please welcome Band Director Mr. Taylor Cash as he leads us in the fight song One Final Time tonight. The Aggie Band will be performing its 2016 halftime show immediately following the game. Thank you.